Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble code DTC P2563 indicates an issue with the turbocharger wastegate control actuator position sensor located within the turbocharger system of the Honda Civic model year 2016 to 2021. This DTC verifies whether the position sensor measurements are within the expected range, indicating proper functionality of the wastegate. The wastegate actuator modulates the flow of exhaust gases to maintain optimal turbocharger performance and engine boost. A malfunction typically occurs if the actual actuator position deviates significantly from the expected positions. When this particle failure arises, the vehicle may experience decreased performance, increased emissions, or could potentially cause further complications within the turbocharger system. Consequently, the code P2563 necessitates a thorough inspection and troubleshooting to identify the root cause and ensure that the turbocharger system operates efficiently. DTC P2563 indicates a malfunction of the turbocharger wastegate control actuator position sensor, which plays a pivotal role in engine performance management. The turbocharger itself is crucial for increasing the engine's efficiency and power output by ensuring optimal exhaust gas flow. The position sensor on the actuator measures the actual position of the wastegate, relaying this information to the Powertrain Control Module, PCM. In terms of location, the turbocharger is typically mounted on the engine's exhaust manifold, whereas the wastegate actuator is attached to the turbocharger housing. Any deviation in the position readings may trigger the DTC, prompting the need for a systematic diagnostic approach. The control actuator also incorporates components like the DCWGL, control wire to the wastegate, and VCC2, voltage supply line, that can affect performance if there is an electrical fault or mechanical issue. The potential causes for DTC P2563 are diverse, ranging from wiring issues to faulty components. The wiring connected to the turbocharger wastegate control actuator can occasionally develop faults such as shorts or breaks, leading to inaccurate sensor readings. Additionally, if the turbocharger itself is malfunctioning, it may not operate correctly, which would also trigger this DTC. A defective powertrain control module, PCM, may also be responsible for improper control signals to the actuator, resulting in the reported error. Furthermore, other symptoms such as intermittent electrical failures may indicate underlying issues with connections or terminal integrity. Establishing an accurate diagnosis requires a thorough examination of the wiring, components, and electrical signals involved in the actuator's functioning. When DTC P2563 is triggered, drivers may observe several symptoms indicative of turbocharger malfunctions. Decreased engine performance is commonly reported, leading to suboptimal speed gains, particularly during acceleration. Another noticeable symptom is an increased turbo lag, which may occur as the turbocharger struggles to achieve the desired boost levels due to incorrect actuator positions. Additionally, the check engine light, CEL, illuminates on the dashboard, indicating a stored DTC that requires attention. Drivers may also experience inconsistent power delivery, particularly under load, as the system fails to maintain optimal boost levels. In some cases, unusual exhaust sounds might indicate an issue with the wastegate operation. Being aware of these symptoms assists in prompt vehicle checks and repairs. In the initial troubleshooting step for DTC P2563, it is essential to verify the existence of the error code. First, turn the vehicle ignition to the on mode without starting the engine to allow the vehicle's onboard systems to self-diagnose. After setting the ignition, utilize the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear any stored DTCs. This action resets the system, allowing for a fresh start in diagnosing any current problems. Once the DTCs are cleared, it is important to wait for at least 10 seconds, ensuring that all electronic modules stabilize. After waiting, check for any pending or confirmed DTCs with the HDS. If DTC P2563 is present, the failure can be duplicated. If not, further inspection for poor connections or loose terminals at both the turbocharger and the PCM may be necessary. In Step 2 of the troubleshooting process for DTC P2563, the first action is to turn the vehicle to the off-lock mode, ensuring a safe working environment. Following this, disconnect the turbocharger 5P connector to isolate the components involved in the error. After disconnection, turn the vehicle back to the on mode without starting the engine, preparing the system for testing. With the ignition on, measure the voltage across the test points. Test point 1 at female terminal number 2 and test point 2 at female terminal number 3 on the turbocharger connector. The expected measurement is approximately 5.0 volts. If this voltage is present, it indicates that the power supply is intact, leading to Step 6. If not, continue to the next check step to diagnose further faults. In the third troubleshooting step, the vehicle should again be turned to the off-lock mode before commencing any electrical checks. Jumping the SCS service check signal line using the HDS allows the diagnostic system to enter an operational mode that provides more accurate results during testing. After waiting for over a minute, disconnect the PCM connector E, which is an 80-pin connector responsible for relaying control signals among various engine components. This prepares the system for continuity testing. Next, check for continuity between female terminal number 2 on the turbocharger 5P connector and a suitable body ground. Establishing continuity indicates there is no short circuit in the VCC2 wire between the PCM, specifically pin E77, and the turbocharger. If continuity exists, repair the short. If not, proceed to check for opens. For Step 4 of troubleshooting, continuity must once again be assessed. This requires checking between test points 1 on the turbocharger 5P connector, female terminal number 2, and test points 2 on the PCM connector E, pin number 77. Ensure that the vehicle remains in the off-lock mode and that both the turbocharger connector and PCM connector are disconnected. Establishing continuity will confirm the integrity of the VCC2 wire that allows for proper communication between the PCM and the turbocharger. If continuity is present, it indicates the VCC2 wire is functioning correctly, leading you to Step 5. Conversely, if continuity is absent, repairs are necessary to rectify an open wire issue located between the PCM and the turbocharger. In this fifth troubleshooting step, the focus shifts towards examining the SG2 line, which carries another crucial signal from the PCM to the actuator. Ensure that the vehicle is in the off mode and all connectors, specifically the turbocharger 5P connector and PCM connector E, remain disconnected. Check for continuity by measuring between test point 1 at female terminal number 3 on the turbocharger 5P connector and test point 2 on the PCM connector E, pin number 78. Confirming continuity signifies that the SG2 wire between the PCM and the turbocharger is intact and operational. If continuity is proven, proceed to Step 8 for further testing. If continuity is not detected, an open wire needing repair exists between these components and must be addressed immediately. Step 6 involves examining the DCWGL line to ensure proper signal transmission and to identify potential shorts. Begin by powering the vehicle to the off, lock mode, to prevent any electrical mishaps during the test. Similar to earlier steps, jump the SCS line with the HDS to facilitate thorough testing. Then, disconnect the PCM connector E again for inspection of wiring. Measure the continuity between test point 1 at female terminal number 1, 4 of the turbocharger 5P connector, and test point 2 connected to body ground. Establishing continuity confirms that the DC-WGL wire from the PCM to the turbocharger is in working order. If continuity exists, proceed to step 7. If there is no continuity, repairs must be executed for any short circuits detected in the DC-WGL wiring. In the final troubleshooting step, continuity checks for the DC-WGL line are conducted yet again to confirm optimal functionality. Maintaining the vehicle in the off mode and disconnecting both the turbocharger 5P connector and the PCM connector E is crucial. Ensuring there is no electrical interference, check for continuity between the test points at female terminal number 4 of the turbocharger 5P connector and pin number 60 on the PCM connector E. Detecting continuity indicates that the DC-WGL wire is functioning properly, allowing effective communication between components. If everything checks out, you would then typically proceed to the sensor position check or a replacement of the turbocharger if continuity is absent to diagnose further into the system. Finally, Step 8 emphasizes verifying the condition of the turbocharger itself. To begin this step, substitute a known good turbocharger to see if the error persists. Before doing this, ensure that all connectors are properly reconnected to avoid any accidental disconnections. Utilize the HDS to clear the DTC once more, thus allowing the system to refresh its diagnostics. After clearing the error code, wait for about 10 seconds and, subsequently, check for any pending or confirmed DTCs using the HDS. If DTC P2563 remains indicated, it is likely that the Turbocharger Wastegate control actuator position sensor is functioning correctly. In this case, check other relevant service information or consider substituting a known good PCM for further diagnosis. On the contrary, if the DTC disappears after the turbocharger substitution, a replacement in the original must be conducted. Upon completing repairs related to DTC P2563, it is vital to perform final verification to ensure the vehicle operates as intended. Start by verifying that all repairs, such as wiring corrections or component replacements, had been thoroughly completed with no loose ends. Next, a test drive should be performed under various conditions to validate that performance has returned to normal and that power delivery aligns with expected standards. After the test drive, scan the vehicle once again using the HDS to confirm that no DTCs are currently present in the system's memory. If all checks confirm successful repairs, it indicates that the issue of the turbocharger wastegate control actuator position sensor is resolved, ensuring optimal engine function and performance. Preventive maintenance is essential in avoiding the recurrence of DTC P2563 and ensuring the longevity of your turbocharger system. Regular inspections of the wiring connected to the turbocharger and its sensors can mitigate potential issues caused by wear and tear, particularly in high-stress environments. It's similarly important to consistently inspect the connections at both the turbocharger and the powertrain control module, PCM. Loose or corroded terminals can directly lead to electrical faults manifesting as erroneous DTCs. Additionally, monitoring engine performance regularly can help detect early signs of issues before they escalate. Establishing a routine check for turbocharger operational parameters, especially during service intervals, will also prevent many common malfunctions, thus enhancing vehicle reliability and efficiency. In conclusion, understanding DTC P2563, Turbocharger Wastegate Control Actuator Position Sensor out of range, is crucial for ensuring optimal performance of the Honda Civic from 2016 to 2021. This DTC highlights potential issues within the turbocharging system that can significantly affect overall vehicle functionality and power delivery. Following the systematic diagnostic steps outlined is essential in isolating any faults and conducting necessary repairs effectively. Additionally, engaging in regular maintenance practices will greatly enhance the reliability of the turbocharger and associated components. Regular inspections and monitoring of the system will not only prevent errors like DTC P2563 from occurring, but also promote a smoother driving experience. Ultimately, immediate attention to this DTC is paramount for maintaining your vehicle's performance and longevity. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!